this is Oswald. I'm going to share with you one of my favorite recipes, which is homemade Play-Doh. I used to make this with my children when they were younger. So let me tell you the ingredients first. First you have 3 cups of flour. Then you have 1.5 cups of salt. 6 teaspoons of cream of tartar. 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. And 3 cups of cold water. So I'm just gonna let you know ahead of time, it does get kind of messy, so you definitely want to have somebody with you, like an adult or older brother or sister, just to help you kind of measure things. So what I usually do is I get all of my dry ingredients first, and I put them in a separate bowl. So I got 3 cups of flour in here. I have 1.5 cups of salt. I have my 6 teaspoons of cream of tartar. And what I do first then is I mix it well of the dry ingredients, just to make sure that they are all mixed really well. Then I had poured out already my 6 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and I have ready my 3 cups of cold water. What you do next is you put it into a pot, and I'm going to take you over here because I already have my batch going over here because I usually make a couple batches. So I have it all into the pot, and what you want to do is stir it all the time. Now it's going to look kind of lumpy, and that's okay, but you stir it until it starts pulling away from the sides of the pot, okay? So keep on stirring it and stirring it. This is why you probably might need somebody else's help, because it does get a little bit hard when you keep on stirring it because it's really thick. The cool thing about this Play-Doh is that it lasts like 3 months. And the last part of this, what I usually add, because it's kind of boring, it's just plain white, is I add a packet of our favorite flavored Kool-Aid for the smell and for the color. It's not something to eat though, okay? So that's definitely something that you can make your choice. Like I used to give my boys, I have 2 boys, I used to give them their choice of what color they would make, and they would each have their own color. Okay, this is getting pretty thick. Have you ever made pudding before and it looks so good, like once you get it right to that point? Well, this is definitely not the pudding stage because it's so thick. I have to keep scraping it off because it's getting thicker and thicker. And the best part is that it actually gets better the more you play with it. So cream of tartar, if you've never heard of it, is actually something that helps thicken things. It's actually used in baking. If your mom or somebody that you know is a baker, they might have used it for making a custard or a pudding. Okay, so it's finally getting to the part where it's sticking to the sides and pulling away a little bit. Okay, we're going to turn that off, and I'm going to come and bring it over here and put it on some wax paper. My husband is actually videotaping this. I don't think he's ever actually seen me make this before because I was always making it with my boys. So we have a big amount there. Definitely want to get some water in the pot so that it doesn't stick. And since it's just flour and salt and oil, it won't ruin the pot, but you definitely want to get some water in there. Okay, So now I'm gonna kind of let that cool a little bit because it's gonna be a little warm to the touch, okay? So I'm just gonna let that cool off just for a minute. So if you've never seen Kool-Aid, I don't actually have any now, but this is what a Kool-Aid pack would be. And my favorite flavor was always grape because I like purple. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, after it's done, this is when you add the Kool-Aid. This is when you add your flavor packet for coloring. And I'm going to add, this is lemonade because I don't like the smell of just what it is. And then I just start working with it, and squishing it around. Play-Doh is kind of fun because you can make anything you want. You can use plastic knives or cookie cutters. Okay, and the more you work it, the better it gets, the less sticky it gets, okay? So it was sticking to my hands at first, and then it kind of stopped sticking to me. And now because it's got the oil, it's really cool because it's got this really soft texture. I'm not even gonna use that. See, it doesn't stick to the counter or anything. But you have to ask mom or dad or whoever is there taking care of you, ask them, you know, for something to put it on. So there's my homemade Play-Doh. I hope you enjoy it. I miss you guys. Bye.